Hi everyone, today we're in the historic red light district of Singapore known as Geylang. We're here for a different reason though. We're going to check out some fish at one of the oldest, well-known fish shops here in Singapore, Beng Aquarium. I'm here with Huishan, who got dressed up for the occasion.
It's Chinese New Year, 2 days to Chinese New Year, so we are here to give oranges. Why are you not in red?
Because it's 2 days to Chinese New Year.
Okay, let's go check it out.
We're here at 471 Geylang Road in front of the infamous Beng Aquarium, and I'm really excited. It's one of my favorite fish shops and I've actually heard a lot about it. Even when I first got into the hobby, everybody told me I must visit this place. They've moved around quite a bit, they've been in a few different locations, but actually why is this place so famous?
So I think Beng, the owner name actually, he's been in the trade for 30 years.
Wow, 30 years?
Yeah, 30 years. So at this location only about 5 years, but before that he was always in a farm space. So I think people really like it because it's like quite rustic. The floors are always wet and you actually take a net and you catch your fish yourself. So they come in shipments very regularly actually, and they are sell out really quite quickly as well. So they have established like local markets, I think overseas wholesalers as well. So that's why they got great variety of fish.
I love coming here. The fishes are extremely inexpensive. They come in with new fish almost every week from Indonesia, the Philippines, and even further afield. And I quite like the fact that I'm able to catch my own fish. It adds to the fun and makes it more rustic, reminds me of childhood. Why not?
Okay.
Why should I pay someone to catch the fish for me? Come, let's go inside. So I love display tanks, and here's a really dynamic one. Every single time I come here, the display tank looks different. That's also because a lot of the items in the display tank are actually purchased by customers. You are able to purchase almost anything inside here, and that includes the cool fish they have up in the isolation boxes as well. They've got a really nice captive bred regal angel, which is great because you know for sure they're feeding on pellets, as well as some designer clowns like the gold lightning maroon there, which is quite cool as well. Apart from that, there's lots of LPS inside here. I love the bubble coral. Everybody needs a bubble coral in their tank, as well as the healthy euphyllias and also the brains that you see over here, the lobophylla. And this is quite cool. I think this is a hippopus clam. They're not very common, but that makes them all the more interesting to see.
Hello everybody, I'm here with Beng, who is the owner of the store. And I've known him for many years, so I'm going to interview him in Hokkien shortly. But it's Chinese New Year, so I'm here to give him 生意兴隆啊！
新年快乐！
新年快乐！ OK，伊人爱知，安怎你店头叫Beng Aquarium咩？
因为台湾叫习惯了嘛，叫我的名叫习惯了就。
是你的名啦。OK，店开咧做这行几年了
30多年啊。
30多年啊。
30多年。
你看过安尼做好吼，饲好歹饲无？
有好饲有歹飼哦。
OK。So that's Beng. If you guys want to come down and check out their store, do come and look for this guy. He's really like my teacher and 师傅 actually.
So just past the display tank, you get to pass the wall of sundries that you see over here. Lots of items, filter media, different types of filter media. There's lights up here. There's even full tank setups. There's lots of chemicals, of course, calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, coral, dip, aptasia control. Basically everything that you would need. To me, the less interesting part of the fish shop, all the fish shops, I find the most interesting part is of course the livestock section. This shop does specialize in livestock, and we came on a less busy day. They actually had a shipment much earlier in the week, and even then today is really busy. What I really like is the packing station right up front over here, where they bag up the fish and livestock for you just before you make payment at the counter and head out. But let's go and check out some of the fish they have. Hey, you're here.
Yes.
So they've just had a shipment in from Indonesia, so you get all the usual suspects that you would expect and all the usual suspects that you see in a marine aquarium. So there's powder blue tanks, I see some nasos over there. Of course, your blue tanks, lots of rabbit fish. Your standard Scopus tanks, there's a mimic tank, a lieutenant tank, orange shoulder, also known as. I see lots of flamingi tanks, blue spotted tanks, you know, cardinal fish, lots of cleaner wrasses, tons of damsels of all shapes, sizes and colors. Oh, I see a tank of triggerfish as well, that's quite interesting. Lots of clowns, of course, and some of the weird and wonderful things. There's a few cowfish, pufferfish, There's some sweet lips here, and of course, because Chinese New Year, there are some of these clown groupers. They'll need a little bit growing on before they make it to your Chinese New Year dinner though. This is actually really cool. So these are 10-liter bags of filtered seawater. So 10 liters is about 2 gallons. And they sell these at $2, and they're filtered seawater, so they come from the ocean. It's been filtered, and it's good for small tanks perhaps, somebody who doesn't want to mix their own salt, don't want to maintain their own salt in their house. This is convenient, but of course it comes with pre-seeded with natural bacteria that you get from the sea, and all the pros and cons that come with that. But I did want to share this because this is traditionally how you'd keep your marine aquarium in Singapore, is you would actually get filtered seawater. Of course, now the availability of salt means that most of us use salt at home, but this is still an option available for you here. I actually want to add for the viewers who are looking at this, and they'll see the vast numbers of fish in these tanks, that actually this place does a lot of trade. So they do lots of import and re-export as well as supplying to other fish shops here in Singapore. So actually the fish don't actually remain here very long.
They don't stay here. They may look a bit crowded, and I can understand why people might be alarmed, but they're not. Next week, this time, like half of it is gone to other shops, they're gone to other countries, like it's gone. It's just not here anymore. And this also kind of benefits us locally because the fish are sourced in tropical waters,
Of course.
which are around us, so it makes it cheap for us as reefers. And this place allows it to be more affordable in a really expensive hobby.
Oh, definitely.
So this is why a lot of people like to come here as well. So yeah,
definitely a lot of my fish are from here. And they're very, very inexpensive for the fish that you get.
Yeah.
I know some of the fish inside here, I think for $3 you can pick up a green chromis.
So a green chromis here is $3 Sing dollars. That's like maybe $2 Sing, $2
$20
US.
US, yeah.
So you can imagine like a tang, a powder blue here maybe is, I want to say $20-$30 maximum. So that's the kind of price differentiation we're looking at. And by the time it gets shipped and they get to you in the US or whatever, of course,
But of course, we are
point.
very nearby Indonesia. A lot of the fish were on a 2-hour plane ride. It's really nearby.
So acclimation and everything here is generally okay. And the fish don't stay here that long, so don't worry.
Ooh, there's lots of interesting stuff here.
Yep, so this place is where the corals are and most of the inverts are. So we have this tank particularly, there's a tessellata eel, or the honeycomb, the yellow-headed fangtooth. Actually, there's the golden tail, it's the same as the banana, but different morph. And then you have
I knew you'd zoom in on all the predator fish.
Eels. We have blood shrimp. We have, I think these are cage shrimp. I can't tell there is any cage shrimp and pepperoni shrimp, but they do the same thing and they eat aptasia.
Yep.
That's all people really care about. So spotted mandarins here. A lot of snails, like all the snails you could want.
Snails, feather
Like
dusters.
harlequin shrimp.
Oh, that's
Like,
nice.
for Asterina star control, or I don't know if you. I heard you can just infinitely just remove one leg from a starfish and feed it, and leave the rest of the starfish in the sandbar. Kind of messed up.
There's lots of different stars inside here.
Conches, stars, bumblebee snails, sea hares everywhere.
Some anemones down below as well.
Some fancy nudibranchs, cleaner shrimp, of course, pom-pom crabs,
anemone shrimp,
urchins. So they're all compartmentalized, like shrimp, anemones, like urchins, and
so once again, it's nice to see they don't copper the tanks, so you can buy with confidence, I guess.
Not these tanks, at least. So these sites are generally more for inverts and corals. And over here, we can see baskets of anemones, bubble tips, Euphilia, trackies, open brains, plates, hammers, all sorts of stuff you have here. And these are pretty good things. Look at the size of that wall. A wall hammer is scary to keep, we know that, but it's huge. So yeah, and all that, pretty.
And they've got little frag-sized things as well, so good
Those
for people
are
with
slightly
nanos.
more pricier, kind of
course.
hoity-toity kind of frags, but this is the stuff that comes in from the farms in Bali and stuff. So
Of course, he's buying something again. This time he's getting 1 or 2 frogfish, but I wanted to show you the live rock. It's one of the few shops that has lots of live rock that you see over here cycling in tanks. And typically they'd actually have lots of soft coral colonies over here as well. But like I said, we came quite a bit later after a shipment, so they haven't got very much of that left. So as you can see, there's tons of color, tons of variety, and very attractive prices. Which reef hobbyist could want any more than that? I've been reefing for a long time now, and I'm still purchasing items from Beng. What else do you have to say about this place?
I think it's the most traditional shop actually in the market, and you have to come here for sure, but of course I think that you need to know your stuff a little bit more They bring in so much variety that I think that you need to know what you're gonna get and how you're gonna get it, how you're gonna bring it home. It's quite important to know stuff like that. So do your research yourself.
That's the nice thing about the reef hobby. Many methods to get to the same destination. Happy reefing!